Hello guys, welcome to another video. Today you're going to be coming with me on a day in the life of my training. Now today is special for two reasons. One, it's 0 degrees outside. To be fair, the frost on the grass is gone, so the grass is nice and green, and I'm sticking to main roads, pretty much just A roads. Because, number two, I've got a really hard session today. It's my hardest session of the winter. And yeah, I'll bring you along and I'll let you know what it is, how it goes with my camera on the bike. Anyway, yeah, it's like 11:15 now. I aimed for 10, but I had to put an extra hour of line today. I felt a little bit rough, still feeling a little bit rough, hence I'm only filming now when I've gathered my energy and my life force to talk to the camera. Yeah, so have my breakfast, gonna have a few Jaffa cakes to just top up the carbs before I go. The layers for today, we've got the outer jacket, we've got London 6-day jacket, if you know, you know, and then we've got an old team jacket, or a team jersey, and then we've got a base layer. I can't be asked to unzip that. Yeah, we've got another base layer under there. And then we've got two buffs, we've got the neck buff, and then this buff, which, you know, goes up and over headphones in the back. So we're blasting my tunes to give me some assistance in my efforts. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Then on the feet, I've just got some overshoes with toe warmers underneath, like that. So yeah, works pretty well. It won't keep my feet warm forever, but hopefully it'll at least get me 2 hours into today's 3-hour ride. And for those that are wondering, for breakfast I had some apricot Wheaties. This is my current favourite cereal, but that does tend to change and fluctuate. So this is the setup we got today. We got the double rear lights, got 120 grams of carbs in each bottle. We've got these, I don't even know what you even call these. They're weird, but they do kind of create a nice little cozy spot for your hands. We've got the 360 camera today because it's a hard effort. I just want to keep it in one spot. I'm not going to use the selfie stick, but should still get some nice footage, even if the front's like that. But yeah, it is what it is. The front light, of course, and then the Wahoo, yeah, as usual. Yeah, and the route today is pretty much all A roads because it's 1 degree outside and I don't fancy slipping on some ice on some twisted little lanes. So yeah, as much of it as possible is going to be open roads that have lots of car usage. So I was actually rambling quite a bit in these clips, but unfortunately, as good as the Insta360 mics are, the wind on that day was absolutely horrendous. So I need to get a mic for those so I can actually clip on my helmet or something, but for now it's just the voiceover. So the session today was 3 blocks. Each block consisted of 15 minutes of sweet spot, 5 minutes of rest, 15 minutes of threshold, 10 minutes of rest. So yeah, a pretty hard session for a total of 45 minutes of sweet spot and 45 minutes of threshold. The first block went really well. I was happy with the numbers, exactly what I wanted to. I did 358 for the first sweet spot effort, and I think 381 for the first threshold effort, which is pretty much what I wanted to hit. Now, second block. We don't talk about the second block. Well, I will in this case. Yeah, it did not go so well. I just felt like I just couldn't do the power. It's just one of those really weird feelings, which I'm sure we've all had, where you just can't turn the pedals at what you want to turn them at. So, I mean, yeah, all the excuses in the book, I did say I felt pretty fatigued, I felt pretty bad. But yeah, so I was actually pretty upset, pretty annoyed at that point. And I managed to console myself. I stopped, I calibrated the power meter. I know we've all tried that one before. And for maybe the first time ever, calibrating the power meter actually did something, whether it was real or if it was just my mind, probably the latter. I started the third and final set of those 2 efforts, and I was like, I'll be conservative, I'll aim for bottom of the range. But actually, I started feeling a little bit better again, and the sweet spot effort was 350, or I think mid 350s, which isn't great, but it's not bad, it's still in the range. And then the threshold set I did at 382, I think. So yeah, I was like, oh, finish on a high. What was wrong with me if I couldn't do it for the middle one? And of course, if I felt that strong finishing, I had to compensate for the little discrepancy in the middle. So what I did on my ride home, I just did where I could fit it in the roads. I accumulated an extra 15 minutes of threshold, just to, you know, at least in my head, balance out the the slightly lower wattage in the middle. So yeah, I did 2 efforts, a 6 and a 9 minute to get the extra 15 minutes, which made me feel a lot better about myself. And the TSS as well was then even better than what it would have been. So I can sleep easy, is what I was saying. Yeah, so a hard session, and unfortunately next week is an even harder session, where it's the exact same session, but the threshold goes from 15 minutes to 20 minutes per effort. So hopefully we'll be recovered, we'll feel a bit better, maybe start out a little more conservatively. I think that's probably a wise tactic. Maybe 10 watts lower on the first couple of efforts, just to really feel it out. But yeah, that's how the efforts went. So I'm back at home, a little bit wrecked now, looking forward to some food, but happy with the session. Like I said, I feel like I'm just repeating myself, but yeah, here's the bike. The Van Rysel RCR Pro, my trusty steed. I'm really enjoying riding this. Like, I think for me the main thing is like the geometry and like the responsiveness. I think that's one thing that, you know, you can get a load of top end bikes, they're going to be light, they're going to be stiff usually. And this is, of course, those things. But when you ride out of the saddle and it's responsive, I think that's like one of the most important things for me. So yeah, I'm enjoying it, and I can definitely say I recommend it. I mean, I'm sponsored, so of course I'm going to say that, but genuinely, great bike. Anyway, gonna wash that, have some food, and then call it a day. Right, before I wash my bike, I just found something I know you will all completely appreciate. So as I was washing my bike, I came to a very disappointing realization. I remember that today is my core workout day. It's only 15 minutes, so it's not too bad, but I was definitely feeling the effort, so it's a little bit laboured. But yeah, I find doing them just after I finish my ride. I usually try and have a protein shake and a quick snack, then straight into the core workout, then I'll shower, and then I'll eat properly. And then I find it so much easier because you're already warm. And I've decided I prefer doing that than doing it in the morning. I used to do it like straight out of bed before breakfast, but I find that sometimes makes me feel a little bit funny. It's just a bit too much too soon when you wake up. Yeah, so straight after my ride and a little bit of core. For recovery today, we've got the Rego Clear Peach. It's actually, I'm a big fan of this. It's basically like iced tea. Gets a bit bubbly, but it's really tasty. You just gotta let it chill out whilst you shake it. So for lunch, or late lunch / early dinner, I've got a lovely rice and chicken, my standard stuff. Different ways every day. So I've got edamame beans in this one. Normally I'd have maybe a bit more veg, but I'm pretty tired and didn't prepare enough this time, so I'll have some veg for dinner. Yeah, rice and chicken. Anyway, that's probably going to be the end of the video because we've got some other stuff to do. We've got to edit the video itself. Yeah, so nice training session, and thanks for watching. It might have been a short one, this one, but I'm trying to get a bit more relaxed edit, so it's not trying to meet some high standard of video every time. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed it and want to follow the journey, and see you in the next one.